5 pieces of advice for moving abroad. Okay, I'm just making sure we got this. Okay. All right, we are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. If you're watching the replay somewhere, then welcome as well. But, oh, wow, not this popping up on the side like this. But we're going to be talking about, I'm going to be sharing 5 pieces of advice for, that's why this looks weird to me, because I'm wearing glasses. I'm like, why does this feel different? I'm going to take my glasses off. Fun fact, I do wear glasses for the computer, but like I don't need them for looking at my phone. I was trying to figure out what felt weird. Hello, Dominique. Good morning, y'all. I was like, I'm gonna go live in the morning because I feel like I love, come on, Wealthy Rising. Yes. I feel like I normally go live in the morning, but lately I've been going live in the afternoon. I was like, let me pop in here for my morning peeps. Also, I gotta batch some content today, y'all. Whew. Work, okay? Work. Gotta batch some content today. It's all good, but that's gonna take some time, so I figure I would go ahead and get live out of the way. But welcome, y'all. Welcome to How to Move Abroad in 2025. Welcome to, yes, moving abroad is possible for you if that's something that you want. You can feel free to drop any questions you have about moving abroad in the comments. I will always answer as many questions as I can. I am one human, so please bear with me. I was live with my husband yesterday, and that was really interesting. I need moderators. But no, it's all good. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about my journey, my experience living abroad, certain countries that I have been to, how I see life outside of the U.S. versus in the U.S. Thank y'all so much for the hearts, by the way. Please, let's come in hot with a double tap. If y'all know anybody who wants to move abroad, if you know anybody who's interested in moving abroad, if you want somebody to move abroad with you, and they think it's a scam, which I have heard this before. I've literally heard people be like, my husband thinks it's a scam. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, how can moving be a scam? But make sure you share this live. Share the love, y'all. But yeah, and I feel like living abroad is one of those things, and this may not be something you want to hear, but living abroad is one of those things where like once you do it, you're like, oh, this kind of isn't that big of a deal. Like you recognize you took a huge leap, but you're also like, wow, there are a ton of people around the world who left their country, whether that's the US or some other country. Like once you do it, you're like, oh, okay, this is my life now. But let me see who is in here. Who is brand new? Drop a number 1 for me in the comments if you have never been in any of my lives before. So if this is your first time seeing me, drop a number 1 in the comments. If you want to move abroad in 2025, drop a number 2 for me in the comments. And like I said, y'all can start dropping any questions you have about living abroad. I'm going to answer as many as I can. Welcome, Vanessa. I'm going to answer as many as I can. But yeah, if you're brand new here, drop a number 1 if you've never been in here. Okay, Honey Bun. Thank you so much for the hearts and the gifts, y'all. So Honey Bun wants to move abroad in 2025. Where are you trying to go? For those of you who want to move abroad, what countries do you have in mind? And drop a number 3 for me if maybe you're still kind of on the fence. You're not sure if you want to move abroad. Maybe that's why you are here. You're kind of trying to get some research. You're trying to see like, is this a real thing? What does this even look like? Z Kittle says 1 and 2. Welcome. Sherith, welcome. So I see we got some variety in here. Keep dropping those number 1s if it's your first time joining any of my lives as well. I just always like to say welcome and hello to the people who are new here. For those of you who are kind of like me, a little finicky about what's going to happen with TikTok, I am also on the platform that starts with an I. We're not going to say his name, but I am also on that platform, which is not as good as TikTok, but we're not going to go there. But same handle, She's Booking the Flight. I'm on YouTube at She's Booking the Flight, so make sure you catch me over there as well. I probably shouldn't have said the Y word either, but it is what it is at this point. But yeah, so let's get into it. So me and my husband left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads last year, February 2024, New Zealand, Iceland, Scotland. Okay, wow. So we got like Europe, and then we got like way over there. Have you been to any of those places? I'm just curious. But yeah, me and my husband left the United States to live abroad in 2024, last year, February. So we are digital nomads. Melody, we pay taxes the same way. We still pay U.S. taxes. As long as you don't stay, for most countries, if you don't stay in the country for longer than 180 consecutive days, you don't have to worry about paying taxes there. But you want to look up tax laws for every country that you go to. But like we do still pay U.S. taxes. I actually do get that question a lot. But yeah, so we left the United States last year to live abroad as digital nomads. I want to just point out, people are going to ask me over and over again, we are nomadic, okay? We did not move to one specific place and settle down. Like last year, we went to 9 different countries. So you were 6 months abroad and 6 months in the US? Absolutely not. We are nomadic. We went to 9 different countries last year, so we weren't even pressed about that. But if you are wanting to go to one place and settle, you don't have to go back to the US. You can do what people call a border run. Like you can like hop out of the country to like a neighboring country and then come back and then it will reset it. But yeah, so last year, left the US, we went to... We did a one-way flight to Brazil, and then from Brazil, we went to Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Japan, Panama, and Colombia. I feel like I'm missing an Asian country, but maybe not. But yeah, so we went to 9 different countries last year. This year, we have our sights set on maybe going back to Asia and then also some Africa and back to Latin America, but we're keeping it open. I've decided I'm not going to keep telling people where we're going because we change our minds all the time. So, I only have enough to move blind. I have researched those countries. Listen, I am here for it. Like I truly believe in traveling first before you move abroad, because I don't think living abroad is for everybody. However, there are plenty of people who live abroad and they go to a country they've never been to and they absolutely love it. So if it's what your heart is set on, like absolutely don't let that stop you. But yeah, and thank y'all so much for the hearts. I'm going to be, and like I said, drop any questions y'all have about moving abroad. But yeah, I'm going to be walking through 5 pieces of advice. And this is based on my experience of leaving the United States, uprooting my life, selling all my shit, putting like putting the little bit of things that we do still have here in a storage unit, and then literally just booking one-way flights. So these pieces of advice are going to be based on my experience, and it's also going to be based on questions that I get literally all the time. So I started sharing my journey back in November 2023. I didn't even know how many people wanted to leave the US. Like I had no idea. And then literally, I started posting about it, and like people, my followers went up so fast every time I started talking about moving abroad. And I was like, oh my God, people want to do this. People want to learn more about the journey. So I started sharing my journey, creating more resources and all of that. Speaking of resources, if you go to the link in my bio, I do have a Move Abroad bundle. It has a 16-page guide on, I have it open, a 19-page guide on all things moving abroad, answering all the questions that I know y'all are going to ask me. And you get 12 live trainings, and today it is 50% off with the promo code ABROAD2025. So make sure you check that out if you want to have like a one-stop shop resource for all your moving abroad questions. But let me go ahead and get into, thank y'all so much for all the hearts. Let me go ahead and get into these 5 pieces of advice. I'll be answering your questions as you guys are dropping them as well. Don't forget to like and share, y'all. Anybody who you know could use this live, make sure you share it with them. I appreciate it. So, do I like this light though? Oh. Why am I orange? See, this is why I need natural light. Do you have any advice, guys, for people with small kids? Sorry if you answered already. Garbage guts. That's a very interesting username. So y'all, in the bundle, there is a ton of information on moving abroad with kids. I even share like a podcast of a woman who had a baby abroad. I share a lot of resources in there. I don't have kids, but people ask me all the time about small kids. What I would say is you did not miss the advice, bookworm. What I would say, like if you have small kids, is really think about the type of environment you want to have. So for me and my husband, because we don't have kids, like we love being in the city. We love being able to like walk out of our door and just, go walk and get something to eat. If you have small kids, you may want something a little bit slower pace. You may want to look at something like the beach, right? Something like the mountains, somewhere where your kids can go outside and play, right? And there's like a lot of like parks around. So I would say really focus on like the lifestyle that you want to have with your kids whenever you're doing your research on your countries. But no, like I said, bookworm, you did not miss the advice. So I'll start going into that now. So the first piece of advice I want to give in terms of living abroad, and this is especially for the people who want to move to one place and settle. Again, that is not what me and my husband did. Okay. We move around, like we are nomadic. We have not chosen one spot to just sit and stay. But I know a lot of people do, and y'all. And it's funny because in the bundle, like, so I did 12 days live. All things living abroad. I did it last month, and that's what you get. That's what you get in the bundle. You get 12 videos and you get a 19-page resource guide, 50% off today with the promo code ABROAD2025. And in that guide or in that series, one day we spent 3 entire days talking about different ways to basically different questions to ask yourself whenever you are considering living abroad. And one of those main things, I have kids and cats. What about my pets? Yep, there's information. There's information in the bundle about moving abroad with pets. I'm telling y'all, I created these resources based on questions that y'all asked me. Okay, depending on the pet, you might have to look at like the airline, any kind of like, well, you have cats, so I'm assuming the weight probably won't be a big deal like a dog would. But there are also like pet relocation agencies that can help you. You can move abroad with pets. More information in the bundle, y'all. Grab it for 50% off today. Hello, Mandis. Oh, we were just chatting. Yes, the bundle is in my bio. If you tap the link in my bio, it actually is the first thing under my photo. But y'all, don't forget to use the promo code for 50% off. Abroad 2025. Okay, yeah. So the first piece of advice I have is to know your non-negotiables. Like, really take a look at your life right now, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, okay? In the United States, as Americans, we have no idea how spoiled we are until we travel. And there are some people who think that living abroad is for them. And then you go travel and then you realize that everybody's not going to kiss your ass. And if you go outside of the country and decide to be a Karen, you're going to get your feelings hurt. Okay? Like, I'm just being really honest with you. Like, if you are going to impose on another country, then you need to respect their culture, their customs, all of that. So really think about what is most important for you. Think about things that are non-negotiable. So, like, for example, I'm just going to kind of like shout out some examples. Thank y'all for the hearts. So, thinking about some of your non-negotiables, right? There are some people who are like, oh, I need to be on the beach, right? That could be a non-negotiable. If you are somebody, actually, I grew up on the beach and man, I took it for granted. But that might be a non-negotiable for you. A non-negotiable for me and my husband is like, our location has to be walkable. Like, we have learned, if we cannot walk places, like, it all goes to shit. Like, it's terrible. Like, it just ends up being bad. So for us, a non-negotiable is a place that's not walkable. If we can't walk out the door and go get our groceries, if we can't walk down the street to go get something to eat, we're not interested in that place. That might not be the case for you. I talked to a woman recently who literally drove to Mexico. She's currently living in Merida, Mexico. Her husband and her big ass dog drove to Mexico. So they literally have a car. I have a friend who's moving to Panama who swears up and down she's going to ship her car from here. I think she's fucking nuts, but that's a whole other conversation. So anyway, that could be a non-negotiable. Another non-negotiable for you could be somewhere, one of like the top safest countries in the world, right? Like, y'all, where there's people, there's crime. That's just the fact of the matter. At the end of the day, choose. You got to choose what you want. Do you want to be in a country where, you might not even make it home just because you went out to the movies? Or do you want to be in a country where, somebody might snatch your phone out of your hand, right? Like there are levels to everything, right? Like, and the US really loves to make it seem like we are the safest country in the world. We're the best country in the world. And if you go abroad, like, it's not safe. It's so dangerous. And honestly, y'all, it's bullshit. Please do not believe the hype. Please do not believe the propaganda of the media whenever it comes to the United States. But again, that might be a factor for you, right? Like, you might want to be like, hell no. I don't know. Maybe you live in New York. I don't know. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going somewhere where the crime is like minimal. That might be a non-negotiable for you. Y'all, non-negotiables can also apply to like your actual apartment, right? You might be like, oh my God, I refuse to go anywhere and not have anything less than 3 bedrooms, or I have to have a balcony. I have to have a kitchen. These are things to consider. Thailand, for example, I love Thailand. One of my challenges with Thailand is that in Bangkok, which is my favorite part of Thailand, in Bangkok, the chances of you having like an actual kitchen is slim. Most of the balconies are tiny, right? Bangkok is a city. Most of the balconies are tiny and the kitchens are small and there are no ovens. Now, whenever we went to, we were in Phuket, we did have an apartment that did have an oven. So that might be something else to consider. If you absolutely love to cook, take that into consideration in terms of the places that you are going. I'm in Chiang Mai. Oh, Chiang Mai is so dope. Or we had a big ass balcony in Chiang Mai. Like, we love living in the city, but it is sometimes annoying when we have like city style apartments that have like a small balcony. So anyways, whenever I say know your non-negotiables, I mean like know yourself, y'all. Like, it's not that you won't change, because you will, right? Like you will change living abroad. Like travel changes you as a human. It makes you a better human. I will be preaching that until the day I die. Okay. I grew up black and broke in the United States, not knowing shit about travel. A mom who is a college dropout, a dad who didn't even finish high school. Okay. And yet I have traveled to 24 different countries, and I left the US to live abroad last year with my husband. Listen, if I can do this, you can do this as well. You just have to believe that it is possible for you. What country is good for families with a nonverbal adult daughter with autism? Juju's mom, honestly, if for something that specific, you're probably going to want to go look in like some Facebook groups to see if anybody else has that experience. So like in the Move Abroad bundle, I do talk about, like places that are like better for people who have like a disability. But, and there's, what's that website? There is a website called apieceoftravel.com. That might be helpful for you. But again, for something that specific, I personally would want to hear about someone else who has had that same experience. So I would do some research on that. Thank y'all for the hearts. Can we take cats? Yes, you can move abroad with pets. Again, y'all, all of this is in the Move Abroad bundle, which is half off today with the promo code abroad 2025. It's at the link in my bio. I want to live abroad. I'm working on a visa. Which ones are the easiest to apply for? So I actually have, let me see. I pulled up my Move Abroad guide because some of these questions y'all ask me, I'm not going to lie to you. Like I forget. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. So let me also say, like, y'all, every visa is going to be different, right? There's like education visas, there's retirement visas, there's digital nomad visas, there's tourist visas, right? Like every visa is different, but I feel like digital nomad visas are like really simple to get into right now. So, and they're becoming like really, they became really popular during COVID, but they're becoming even more popular now. So, some places that have, digital nomad visas, Abu Dhabi, Albania, Antigua. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Nope. And it's not Antigua. It's something, it's Anguilla. That's what it is. Antigua, Argentina, Bahamas, Belize, Brazil, Costa Rica, Colombia, Croatia, Curacao, Dominica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Georgia, Greece, Iceland, Italy, Japan, Kenya, Malaysia, Malta, Mauritius, Mexico, Namibia. Ooh, I didn't know Namibia had a digital nomad visa. I want to go there. And by the way, y'all, I have this entire list is in the Move Abroad bundle with application fees, like all like details. All of this is in the bundle for 50% off today. Philippines, Portugal, Seychelles, South Africa, South Korea, Spain, Thailand, Turkey, Uruguay. Those are like some countries that are offering digital nomad visas right now. How often do you go live? In theory, like 5 days a week, but there is no, I don't go live at like a specific time every day. But you know what I'll do for anybody who gets the bundle? What I'll do, is I'll also send this live. Like I will add this live to the bundle. So if like anybody is in here and you're like, oh, you know, like I don't want to miss this information, I will add it in there. I also went live yesterday with my husband. So I'll add that in there as well. We were live for like 90 minutes talking about our experience. People asked a ton of questions, so I can send that as well. I appreciate the information. I work in education and I have 2 other degrees. Amazing. And you are welcome. Okay. So yeah, first piece of advice, again, is knowing your non-negotiables. Thank y'all for the hearts. Knowing your non-negotiables and knowing yourself, right? Knowing that, okay, like this is the type of life I need to live. This is the things I'm not willing to give up. That's going to help you in your research and determining where you want to go, and also determining if you even really want to live abroad. I will say this again. I personally recommend, and matter of fact, let me know in the comments. Drop in the comments how many countries you have traveled to outside of the US. There is no shame. Everybody started off as a beginner. I didn't really start traveling until I was in like my late 20s, okay? Like that, and I know people who have not left the country and they're in their 40s and 50s. Y'all, there is no shame. But drop in the comments and let me know like how many countries you've visited outside of the US, just because like I'm always kind of curious. So Here's what I will say. Can you live abroad without having traveled before? Yes, you can. However, it will likely be a really, really big adjustment for you. Okay, and for those of you who have never traveled, I do also have a completely free guide. If you go in my bio, if you scroll down, I do have a free travel guide if you want to start with travel. The reason that I recommend people travel first is because, like I said, in the US, you have no idea how spoiled we are until we move abroad. I signed up for Trusted House Sitters this morning. Yes, Angela. I'm so excited for you. Oh my God. Oh my, you have to tell me when you get your first house sit. We do our third one tomorrow. Our fourth. We start our fourth house sit tomorrow. By the way, y'all, in the bundle, I also talk about different ways to try out living abroad. If you're not ready to take the full leap, there are things that you can do to get a taste of living abroad without having to just go from 0 to 100, without having to just completely go and uproot your life. I talk about this in the bundle, y'all. That's half off today with the promo code Abroad 2025. Trusted House Sitters is just one way that you can do this. Thanks for the info. You are welcome. All the places I've been to are U.S. territories. That's fair. I want to globe hop first. Yeah, I mean, like I do recommend it. Barbara, yes, you can move abroad with pets. I go into detail in that in the move abroad bundle. Excuse me. I told y'all, all the questions y'all are asking, I have it for you in the bundle because I created these things based on the questions that I get all the time. A lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, like y'all, 80% of y'all, you ask the same questions because they are the most frequent. That's why there's a such thing as frequently asked questions. How do I move abroad with kids? How do I move abroad with pets? What are the safest countries to go to? How do I find the visa requirements? What about health insurance? What am I gonna do with my cell phone? What if I'm LGBTQ+? What if I have a disability? What if I'm a veteran? Y'all, like I get these questions all the time, which is why I group them all into the bundle. So take advantage while it is 50% off because it ain't gonna be 50% off forever. I've been to Egypt, Morocco, Amsterdam, Paris, Switzerland, and the Caribbean. Okay, so you've been around the block a little bit. Which is great. But like I said, if you have not traveled, you are funny. Girl, naturally, I'm a Libra, okay? But yeah, like I do recommend traveling before you move abroad, and especially because there are so many cool ways that you can go and see the world. Cheap, y'all, cheap. Okay, we're talking about moving abroad, but y'all understand, like, my bread and butter is budget travel, teaching people how to ball out on a budget abroad. I have a budget travel masterclass and everything. Like, travel does not have to be expensive. It kills me that so many people don't even attempt to travel. They don't even attempt to move abroad because they assume it's too expensive. And I'm like, honey, if you can afford your life in the United States, you can afford to live abroad. Drop in the comments and be honest. Drop a number 1 for me if you have not traveled or you have wanted to travel or wanted to live abroad, but you've been thinking like, oh, it's too expensive, or like, oh, it costs too much money, because I literally hear this all the time. I have a child in special education that makes me concerned about leaving, but I'm also ready. I've only ever been to Canada. So Shay, yeah, so I was actually just talking to someone else about a similar topic. I would specifically go look in groups. Matter of fact, and I actually have Facebook groups listed in the bundle, like specifically like Facebook groups for like people who are traveling and they need like accessibility options, or people who are like, they say like, hey, is there anywhere I can go for people who are disabled? I have these resources in the bundle. For something that specific, I would absolutely want to be able to hear from somebody else's experience, which is why I would recommend checking in Facebook groups. Like people really underestimate the value of Facebook groups. Like I understand Facebook might be dead, but like the groups, when it comes to travel, they are phenomenal. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Yes, 39 countries. Let's get it. I travel, but wanting to move abroad sounds expensive. I'm so happy I came across your lab. Me too. Y'all, like, here's the thing about moving abroad, okay? When people say, like, it sounds expensive, matter of fact, let's talk about some of the expenses for moving abroad. So whether you are moving abroad or whether you're moving to another city, you're going to have, like, your basic shit. Like, if you're going to pay for movers, packing, like, those kinds of things. Outside of that, y'all, typically, now, I won't lie, if you have pets, that might be a different story, right? Like if you are going to, hire somebody who specializes in pets to help you, that is a different story. But if you don't have pets, what's probably going to be the most expensive thing for you is your flight to the next country, and then your apartment, right? Like wherever you're going to live, like your rent or whatever it is. So if you are someone who is going to move abroad and you're like, okay, I know I want to go to this spot, I know I'm going to stay here for at least a year, then you're going to get a lot better deals on apartments, right? Just like in the US, if you have like a longer lease, you're going to get a better deal. So if you do that, then you might have to pay a deposit. But the thing is, I'm just making this up. Let's say I'm going to move abroad in June. So let's say I'm leaving June 1st. So that rent, that deposit that you're going to pay in June 1st, which is going to be so much cheaper than your rent in the United States, that rent is going to be cheaper than what you're used to paying. So this misconception of like, oh, it's going to be more expensive. But I'm like, the most expensive part is just getting there. Obviously, if you go places like Africa or Asia, Australia, then thank you for the gifts, Angela. If you go to those places, then the flight is going to be higher. But if you go somewhere like Latin America, even like Europe, you can get good deals on flights. Y'all, in the bundle, I do 12 live videos. I spent an entire day on budget travel showing you how to find the best flight deals, how to get better accommodations. This would be more like you're living, but like how to get better deals in terms of like rent, negotiating, all of that. All of this stuff is in the Move Abroad, the Move Abroad bundle at the link in my bio. Just me and my daughter. I think that's what adds the caution and where to start. Yeah, that's fair. Where have you moved to? Yeah, no, that's a great question. So for those of you who are new here, so me and my husband are nomadic. We move around. So we left the U.S. in February of last year. This is our second time here in the U.S. visiting. But last year we were in Brazil, Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Indonesia. I don't remember if I said China, Panama, and Colombia. How dope, you have a bundle. Yes, I do. And the bundle comes with a 19-page resource guide answering all these questions y'all are asking me. And it comes with 12, like the information that y'all are getting now, you get 12 times this information in the bundle, and it for 50% off with the promo code ABROAD2025. Another concern I have is finding a job wherever I go, the requirements and language barriers. So Shay, I do not recommend going abroad and trying to find a job. I recommend figuring out your money situation while you are in the States. So you can get a remote job. You want a work from anywhere remote job, not these remote jobs that say you have to be in a certain state or whatever. You want to specifically look for places that will hire you from anywhere in the world. I have a list of those in the bundle, and you want to make sure that, because like living abroad is so much cheaper, honestly, you could more than likely take a pay cut and you would be fine. Like they say here in the US, like, oh, if you make $65K a year, you're good. And I'm like, you're out of your fucking minds. Like, no. No. Now, if you make even 50, 40K abroad, like so many countries, you are balling. Okay. Like it's a whole different ball game. So, so as far as like finding a job, I would recommend finding a job now and then moving once you have secured that. There are also options like teaching English abroad. You can get certified. You can get your TEFL certification, and those certifications often will come with, like help for finding a job. What place was your favorite? Colombia and Thailand are our top two favorites in terms of living abroad. Thank y'all for the hearts. Keep them coming. Okay, so the second piece of advice, can I purchase the list separately? What list? The list of jobs? So the Move Abroad bundle comes with my Move Abroad resource guide. The resource guide has a list of places where you can, that comes in the Move Abroad resource guide. You can purchase that separately. So if y'all just want to get the guide is still amazing. It's a 19-page resource with, like, again, it answers all of these questions. But if you are somebody who needs more of like this, like the verbal, like you want to hear the explanation, then I would recommend getting the bundle. But if you're fine with just having the list where you can, do like the reading and scrolling, then you can purchase the Move Abroad guide separately. That is also in my bio. But the bundle is the one that is 50% off. Okay, so wait, what was I just talking about? Oh shit. Was I going into the second piece of advice? I think I was. Okay. So the second piece of advice is to remember that your first place does not have to be your forever place. So many people get so caught up in, oh my God, I've been wanting to move abroad for years, but I don't know where to go. And I'm like, do you have any idea how many places you could have been by now in all of this time that you were stuck in analysis paralysis, not knowing where to go? Who gives a shit? Just go. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not trying to downplay moving abroad because I understand it's a big deal, but y'all, you got one life to live. Like, how much more time do you want to spend years debating instead of actually taking action? While you are debating on Thailand versus Colombia, you could have visited Thailand and Colombia and decided which one is best for you. You'd have spent years thinking about going to Spain, and you could have been to Spain. Your bundle is really helpful. I am excited. Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm setting a date by next week thanks to you. Stop. Don't make me get emotional. Thank you, Amy. I got to screenshot this, y'all, because it's not easy out here. It's not easy out here, okay? Being a content creator, okay? But y'all telling me this, like, these are the kind of things that really melt my heart. Y'all, this morning, I got a DM from somebody who said that they also got the bundle, and they were like, because of your videos, she's going to DR tomorrow. She is literally leaving the US tomorrow to live in DR, and I'm just... It's the best part, y'all. That's my favorite part. Like, so if you do get any of my products, please follow up with me and like let me know, because like anyways, thank you for sharing that, Amy. So just bumping into your page, how can I earn money to leave this country? So the 3 main ways to earn money is going to be a remote job, which I talked about a second ago, finding a work from anywhere remote job, where I give a list in the bundle. We Work Remotely, Working Nomads. Those are 2 websites that are really good for remote jobs, but there are a ton of other ones, y'all. I would recommend also like setting up alerts. Obviously, you want to make sure your LinkedIn is good. Like, be intentional whenever you are applying to jobs. Don't just be mass applying. Like, make sure your resume is actually aligned with what the job is asking for. Reach out to the recruiters on LinkedIn. Like, y'all, remote jobs are really competitive. I've been remote since 2018, okay? I was remote before COVID even hit, so I was already hip to the game. But after COVID hit and people were like, oh my God, I can have this level of flexibility in my life, a lot of people didn't go back to work. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments. Was anybody forced to work from home during COVID and then you realized how great it was that you didn't want to go back? I'm curious, because that was such an interesting wave. And now, you know, companies trying to get people back in the office and people are like, no, you got me fucked up. But yeah, so getting a remote job is an option. Doing your own business, making money on your own, whether it's full-time or whether it's alongside a job, that's an option as well. I primarily make money from digital marketing and affiliate marketing, which I talk about in the bundle. Like, out of the 12 days, we spent an entire day talking about digital marketing. I know a lot of people on this app talking about digital marketing, and they're like, is it a scam? How does it work? How would I even do that? What kind of things can I create? What can I do for digital marketing? Y'all, we spent a whole day on that in the bundle for 50% off today, y'all. Promo code abroad 2025. So that's another option. And then I won't say the last option, but also you can actually work. I'll be right back. I'm still here. You can actually work abroad, like in the place that you're moving to. I feel like that one is the one that is the most trickiest. In my opinion, the only thing that's really like reliable for that, where like I would trust, is if you were teaching English. So you can get certified to teach English abroad. But those are going to be the 3 main ways to make money while living abroad. So yeah, okay, y'all. So back to number 2. Remote says 2004. Let's get it. How long will the bundle be 50% off? Serena, honestly, I have not decided on that yet. A lot of people have been asking, and I know, like, y'all, we're right. Listen, we are right after the holidays. Shit in the US is crazy, okay? Like, and it's why I put the bundle at 50% off, because a lot of people want to leave. Like, I mean, and I've had plenty of people who've purchased it at $97, but like, I get it. Like, $97 is steep right now. Like, that's why I put it at half price. And like I said, I do have the Move Abroad guide. That was only $24 if you want to grab that. As of right now, I don't know how long it'll be 50% off, but I will always, like, whenever I'm live, like, I will always let you guys know. Trying to get rid of work from home jobs, will that affect you? No, it will not, because I don't depend on a job for money. But yeah, so going back to tip number 2, which was first, not forever. Like, do not get into analysis paralysis thinking that, oh, well, I don't know which country to go to, so I'm just not gonna do anything. Like, narrow it down to 3 places. Like, do some research, of course. Narrow it down to no more than 3 top places. Pick one and go. Because the thing is, if you hate it for whatever reason, you can leave. Excuse me. Thank y'all for the hearts. This is the most beautiful thing about travel, y'all, is once you start traveling, you realize you can go anywhere. You can do anything. You can restart your life anytime you want. I feel like in the US, we make it seem like, oh, this is what you do. And if you don't do this, then you're not valuable. You're not worthy. You need to go to school, then you need to go to college, and then you need to get your job, and then you need to have babies, and then you need to buy a house, like, or whatever order, right? Like, and then this is what you do. This is your job title. This is who you are. When you start traveling, you realize how fluid and flexible life is supposed to be. How many of y'all right now, drop number 1 for me in the comments if you can relate. I'm going to drop my own number 1 because I know I relate. How many of y'all have been in a job that you could not fucking stand, but you stayed there for the money, or you stayed there because you were afraid of, right, like that lack of security, that lack of stability? Like, I know how that feels. Or you feel like you're in a career and you don't even really love it, but you just still do it because at this point, it's just what you've been doing. It's what you know. Y'all, fear of the unknown is really what stops so much of us. I can give y'all all the tips in the world on moving abroad, but if you don't believe it's possible for you, good morning, Lisa. If you don't believe it's possible for you, it don't fucking matter. If you don't take action, it does not matter. If you don't trust that this is something that you can do, thank you for the gift, Sapphire. You're not going to leave. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, you're not going to leave if you do not. Oh shit. I don't know how to do that. Celebrate. Okay. Nah, live getting crazy. I don't know how to do all that stuff. Y'all, mindset is such an important piece whenever it comes to travel and moving abroad. And y'all, even in the bundle, we have a whole day that we spend on mindset because I want y'all to understand that there's going to be all the excuses. There's going to be all the reasons. There's going to be the naysayers. There's going to be the haters. There's going to be the people who are doubting you. There's going to be the people who don't believe it's possible. The people who are going to look at you like you're crazy. The people that are going to tell you that it's too dangerous. The people that are going to be like, oh, but the US is the best country in the world. Y'all, you get one life. You have to do this for you. You got to stop living your life for other people. Like, so many people are like, oh, Bianca, like, I want your life, or you're living my dream life. And I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not, because you didn't put in this work. What you see on here, you see somebody on live, you see somebody on TikTok, oh, she has 20,000 followers, oh, she's doing this, she's making money online. I started off broke as fuck. Not knowing anything about traveling. Your current circumstances do not define what's possible for you. What defines what's possible for you is how serious you are about taking action. It's how committed you are to changing your life. How serious are you? Are you just going to be up here saving videos, or are you going to actually do something to move you into that direction? Because the time is going to pass regardless. The first time I lived abroad was in 2019, y'all. 2019, it took me 5 fucking years. 5 years to leave the US again. 5 years. The time is going to pass anyway. Don't get caught up in, oh, well, I can't leave right now. Okay, so maybe you don't leave this month. Maybe you don't leave this year. You can start preparing. As a matter of fact, for those of you who were like, oh, the earliest I could leave is in a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're at an advantage. You are at even more of an advantage because you can start preparing now. You can start getting rid of your stuff now. You have time to research and explore more destinations. You have time to save more money because so many people think that you got to save all this money to live abroad. And half of y'all ain't even got money saved in the US, which is way more expensive than the places abroad. Like, I am so shocked at the amount of people that are like, how much money do you need to have saved to live abroad? I'm like, what are you talking about? If you are making money, which I 100% recommend, if you know how you are going to be making money while you're living abroad, why do you feel the need to have a stack of money saved up when you're going to be spending half of what you spend? When your rent, it's going to be $500, $1,000, $700, where you're going to be able to eat lunch for $4 and $5. Like, why do you feel like you need to have a rack of money saved up when you don't even have a rack of money saved up in this expensive ass country? Y'all, so much of this is mindset. So much of this is mindset. Okay. If you don't know where to start, there are a ton of free resources. I have a lot of videos on my page. I go live. You can attend my live. You can ask me questions like you're doing right now. If you want a one-stop shop, get the Move Abroad bundle while it's on sale for 50% off. The promo code is Abroad 2025. Y'all, if you like this live, there are literally 12 of these that go into all the things: housing, moving abroad with kids, moving abroad with pets, health insurance, how to choose your destination, how to adjust to living abroad, how to keep home in your heart while you're living abroad. Like, all of this stuff is in the bundle. You can get it for less than $50 today, less than what it's going to take you to fill up your gas tank. You can grab it. The information is out there. Whether you get my bundle or you don't, there's free information out there. But take action if you are serious. We love to talk about what we want. This country is all about trauma bonding and fucking complaining. Okay? And I'm guilty. I'm just as American as you are. Okay? But when you move abroad, when I tell you, you shift your perspective. When I tell you, everything changes. You start to realize how little you need in your life to be happy. You start to realize, y'all, me and my husband are happier living out of suitcases than we were in our 3-story townhome before we left here. Okay? You got to ask yourself, what is it worth to you to live a different life, to live a slower life, to be in a country where you're not afraid to walk outside and be shot down, to live in a country where you're not afraid to send your kids to school, to live in a country where you're not being poisoned by the food. We over here paying inflated prices for shitty food. Doritos are $6. What? Let me get a sip of water. Oh, what is the biggest mistake you made that you would prevent your past self from doing? You mean like in my life? Or you mean like living abroad? Biggest mistake moving abroad. Honestly, not looking up airline baggage requirements. Paid more than $1,000 in airline baggage fees last year because we didn't realize that in Asia, it's like 44 pounds for your suitcase. We spent over $1,000 in baggage claim fees. Like, as far as like living abroad, that was probably the biggest one. Because honestly, trust me, and I made a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes living abroad. But at the end of the day, like, we learned so much. Like, when I tell you last year was like our fumble year, and that's why, like, this year, like, we have a lot more clarity. Like, we have a lot more confidence. And even, like, the first half of last year, then we came back to the States and visited. When we went back the second time, like, we did things so differently. Because, y'all, at the end of the day, it's going to be a learning. It's going to be... It's going to be a learning experience. It's going to be a work in progress. No one's going to move abroad and it's going to be perfect. Like, shit's going to happen. That's just life. That's just travel. It doesn't mean it's not worth it. People get to the end of their life and the number one thing they regret is that they didn't see this big, beautiful planet. These people out here who were telling you it's too dangerous have never left their hometown. These people out here who were telling you the U.S. is the best place in the world don't even got a fucking passport, and you're listening to them. Why? Why? I'm leaving December 25. Let's get it, Athena. If I had the money, I would be out now. All of my stuff is in storage. Tangi, so let's make more money. Let's make more money. It's 2025. You can make money from your cell phone. You can literally make money from your cell phone, y'all. I have oh, thank you for the hearts. I have a resource called the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist, which is all about different ways to make money. Y'all, I talk about travel, I talk about moving abroad, but I also talk about money. Because that's one of the reasons everybody in the U.S. is broke. Not everybody, but that's why a lot of people broke, because nobody don't want to talk about money. Money is like the topic. Oh, don't ask people what they make. Don't ask them how much they did there. Don't ask how much their rent is. Why? Y'all, they want to keep us fat, dumb, broke, and stupid. You have to stay woke. You have to stay woke. I talk about money. I talk about the different ways that I make money. I show you examples on my page about how I make money, because I want y'all to make more money. I want y'all to stop thinking that money has to come from a job, because it does not. I am not telling you to quit your job. I am telling you there are ways that you can be earning money outside of your job. There are more than 20 different ways to start making money in my Cash Flow Come Up Checklist. I'm going to do a bonus for y'all. For anybody who gets the bundle in the next 5 minutes, I am going to send you the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist as a bonus. It is now 9:10. So like before 9:16, if you get the bundle, use the promo code. The promo code is abroad 2025. Those of you who have already gotten the bundle, I'm gonna send it to you too, because that's just who I am. But between now and 9:16, if you get the bundle, it's at the link in my bio. The promo code is abroad 2025. I can type it in the comments. I will send you my cash flow come up checklist as a bonus, because I want y'all to stop thinking money has to come from a job. I want you to stop depending on a job for money. I don't care if you start off making an extra $50 a month. Y'all, learning how to make money for yourself is a non-negotiable in 2025. It is no longer negotiable. Inflation is fucking crazy. Jobs are dropping people like hot tamales. Jobs are out here claiming to be hiring. Everybody is hiring, but yet everybody's unemployed. Yet nobody can even get an interview. Nobody's not even getting callbacks. Like, y'all, at some point you have to wake up. At some point, you have to wake up, because ain't nobody coming to save you. If you are serious about this, whether you want to move abroad or not, I need you to diversify your income. Y'all, on average, wealthy people have 7 streams of income. But listen, y'all trapped in the mindset of this country that's telling you that everything is about your little credit score. Guess what? Wealthy people don't give a damn about credit score. You know what wealthy people care about? Their net worth. You can't save your way to wealth. Y'all, in the cash flow come up checklist, I even talk about investing in stocks. Y'all, I'm telling you, I grew up black and broke, staying in fucking Motel 6, college dropout, dad didn't even finish high school for parents, and yet I've been to 24 different countries. I go live so that I can show you this life is possible for you. This life is not just possible for me. These are things that y'all can do as well. I show you how to do them. So important to diversify your income. Yes, let me get this in the comments. For those of you who want the live bonus, you got 3 more minutes to take advantage. I'm going to put the promo code in here, abroad 2025. This is for the bundle. So for anybody who wants the cash flow come up checklist as a bonus, which is a 16-page guide on how to make more money, you got about 3 minutes to grab it. You do not forget the promo code. Somebody always messages me and they go, oh, I forgot to use the code. Do not forget the promo code, y'all. I meant to pin it up here. It is the Move Abroad bundle. I just pinned the comment with the promo code. How to get a digital nomad job with no experience. Customer service. Almost anything you have done in your life, you can transfer it on your resume to customer service experience. That's going to be the lowest hanging fruit. Now, is customer service going to be the sexiest job? Absolutely not. It's not. But what I'm going to tell you is that it can get you in the door of getting remote work experience, because these days, a lot of companies, they do want to see people who have actually have remote work experience. So you can start with customer service. You can also get certifications. Y'all, I've seen free certifications online for like data analyst, data something. There's another word for it. I'm blanking on it right now. But like, look up like certifications if you don't have experience. Y'all, these things don't have to happen overnight. The time is going to pass anyways. I couldn't talk about money at all with my family growing up. I believe it. I believe it. Just bought it. Thank you for your business, Unique Intuition. I will send you the bonus as soon as I get off live. Those of you who are still interested, you got 1 more minute. If you want to take advantage of the live bonus of the cash flow come up checklist, then you're going to get that along with the 19-page Move Abroad resource guide and 12 live trainings, y'all. 12 just like right now, going through all the specifics: housing, traveling with pets, traveling with kids, health insurance, what to do with your cell phone, how to choose your country, how to adjust to living abroad, how to still stay connected with your family, mindset, what do you need to prepare, documents, all of these things we walk through in the sorry, I'm getting a text message. All of these things we walk through in the bundle, and you have 1 more minute to grab it and get the bonus. Promo code abroad 2025 for 50% off. And thank y'all so much for all the hearts. Oh yeah, I couldn't talk about money at all with my family growing up. I believe it. Like, we have literally been taught that like money is so taboo to talk about. Y'all, like, why? Why is it rude to talk about money? I'm not saying go screaming about how much money you make in the streets, but y'all, do you really think wealthy people don't talk about money? You think they're not talking about investments? You think they're not talking about ways to increase their net worth? Man, listen, I'm gonna give y'all these last 3 pieces of advice because I gotta get off of here. I said I was keeping this live short today. What was your first step after making the decision to live abroad? And y'all are down to about 30 more seconds. I said before 9:16, it is your last chance to get the live bonus if you want to get the cash flow come up checklist and learn how to make more money. Whether you want to move abroad or not, the cash flow come up checklist is going to show you how to make more money. Use the promo code abroad 2025 for the bundle that is at the link in my bio. So, number 3, remember that you can, what was the first step after making the decision to move abroad? We started getting rid of our stuff. That was the first thing we did. Number 3 is remember that you can come back. For those of you who have fear around moving abroad, thinking like, oh my God, what if this is the biggest mistake of my life? Y'all, the United States ain't going nowhere. Okay? The United States is not going anywhere. You can come back. You can come back 10,000%. Number 4, take action now. Like I said before, there is always something that you can do. Y'all, the habit is more important than the amount. Get started. Do your research. Get the bundle. Go look up YouTube videos. You know, talk to somebody who's living abroad. Go follow people who live in the country you want to live in. There are things that you can do to take action now. And then number 5 is to set a deadline. Give yourself a deadline to show yourself that you are serious. This is going to give you such a mindset shift. Okay, y'all, I already went a little bit longer than I intended to do. So I'm about to get off here. Like I said, if you want more information, I do go live. I have videos on my page. Make sure you hit follow and y'all take advantage of the bundle. Okay. And for those of you who already got it, I'm about to send you the bonus cash flow come up checklist right now. But y'all, you can still grab it. It is abroad 2025 promo code. For the Move Abroad bundle at the link in my bio. So y'all, don't let nobody stop you from living your best life. Okay. We only get to do this one time, but thank y'all so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I was like, what day is it? I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all, I'm about to hop off of here, but I'm gonna catch y'all next time.